Long day. 16-083, 94 Liberty Street, LLC, for a special permit floodplain to construct a building 1 foot below the floodplain elevation of premises number 25 Columbia Street, Quincy. Is the applicant or representative here?
Yep. Again, Jim Burke with the Selberg and Associates offices in Quincy, Massachusetts. I'm the civil engineer for this particular project. Mill Surveying, also of Quincy, did the survey of this particular parcel. What you have here is a 173 square foot parcel of land made up of multiple parcels. The existing P.B. Sullivan building you can see in kind of that orange that sits across the lot. It fronts on Liberty Street, and it has that kind of private way that connects up to Columbia. On the opposite side of that private way, and like frontage on Columbia, is a 73,000 square foot parcel that is proposed for development. That particular parcel is located almost entirely within a 100-year floodplain. The floodplain elevation is 32, which is represented by this red line right here. So essentially, everything to the right of that is in floodplain. So what we're proposing is to construct a storage building, 72,090 square feet. Let's say it's 54 by 135, and it has 5 bay doors with 5 man doors along the front here. It's going to be set at elevation 31, which is a foot below floodplain. Now, the way to work this particular floodplain and construct this with FEMA regulations is to construct flow-through panels. And we have a sketch up here that shows 51 24-inch wide, 6 inches with depth along basically the front, the sides, and the rear. Those are going to be at elevation, floors of 31, so 31 and a half. So flood comes up to 32. So it's designed actually to flood in and flood out. When you do this, and along with the swales that we've designed in the back to drain surface runoff in this direction, that's graded, we came up with over 11,000 cubic feet of additional floodplain for this particular parcel. Not only that, is that we propose a 36 unit and a 6x6 configuration of Cultec chambers, a plastic arch, open bottom arch drainage structure that's going to take the runoff from the new parking lot as well as the roof. So in addition to the additional floodplain, we have storage for drainage for this particular roof. This project increases flood storage for this area considerably, and will have no negative impacts to any abutting property with regards to drainage whatsoever. We've received an order of conditions already. Building meets all setbacks. Building height's going to be 30 feet to the peak. It's will be a metal skin building that's going to match basically what's across the street, and strictly a storage building. We have, in addition to what conservation required, is some landscaping. So basically, we did some tree clearing, and so we're proposing some landscaping in the back to do some screening. If you have any questions, I'm glad to answer.
That's going to be storage for the plumbing.
At this, believe it or not, you talk to Jim Sullivan, he says he wants to store his cars and stuff in there, and it's some equipment that he moves around in there.
You would put your car there.
You know, I know, but I would imagine yes that it will be used as some storage for the supply house.
So P.B. Sullivan, that's going to end up with the ownership of it?
They own it now.
They own it now. They own the land now, so they're going to build the building for them.
Exactly.
Okay. The question I have is, you talked about screening. You're going to screen the houses on Liberty Street. Are you also going to screen?
Well, Liberty Street, you can see, yes. I mean, for the building up here, and like I said, Liberty Street extends down here. We try to keep, through the order of conditions conservation process. The neighborhood came out and voiced some concerns with regards to the tree clearing, and we came up with a screening plan as part of the requirements for the order of conditions.
Okay, how about the two houses that are on Columbia Street? The two single-family structures that are there?
Over here?
Yes. I mean, there's trees there, there's nothing there now.
I mean, we have
Okay.
some screening in that location. So,
Okay.
I mean, you know, we're looking at, let's see, how many we have? Looks like 23 you know, coniferous trees, and then we have 3 of the deciduous.
Okay.
So,
And the only access is to Liberty Street?
the only access is off Columbia, but
Off Columbia.
yeah. So the curb cuts in here and in here.
And you get to that from Penn and from the driveway to PV Sullivan?
You're gonna get, I would imagine, well, they have the gate that's here,
Okay.
and so I would imagine that, yeah, they're gonna be coming in from this direction here to come in.
Okay. All right. No further questions. Thank you.
Public hearing closed. Anybody want to speak in favor? Once, twice, 3 times? I'm going to give the opportunity for that. Give it to Mr. Frank.
David Lettery?
He's a great letter reader. He's the best. Look at the DPW.
Letter from the DPW regarding 25 Columbia Street, case 16083. We reviewed the submittal for the above referenced project, and our comments are as follows. 1, modify the drainage system as follows. Install an inspection port on each row of infiltration chamber. Connect roof runoff to infiltration chamber. Move infiltration system at least 10 feet from the building foundation. Furnish an outlet structure. 2, provide the following information on drainage maintenance plan. Estimate operation and maintenance budget. Maintenance of infiltration chambers should follow the manufacturer's recommendation. The maintenance plan shall be recorded at the Norfolk County Registry of Deeds. 3, submit the following documents before construction. Soil test report, stormwater connection permit, water flow test report. 4, prepare details for the following items. Connection of water service to the main, clean out for sewer service, dimensions and grades of pavement and driveway entrance. Page 2. 5, install stone or concrete survey monuments to delineate the public right-of-way. 6, the site plan showing the existing condition has not been stamped by a professional land surveyor, and the title for the plan is not correct. In addition, the sewer layout and the drain layout are inconsistent with our record. We require the existing condition plan to be stamped and signed by a PLS, and all utilities, especially the town brook, should be field located. 7, upon completion of the project, as-built plan showing all utilities, building footprints, reference bounds, and benchmarks defining the total site, facilities, and right-of-ways need to be submitted along with a digital file. Further information is required, please advise.
Thank you, Mr. Frank. Anybody want to speak in favor? I'm sorry, opposed or undecided? Opposed or undecided? Once, twice?
I have a few things to say, but
Stand up and
Stand up and give us your name and address and have at it.
it's not. My name is Mike Ambroseski. I live at 148 Liberty. So my backyard faces this building. I know this isn't really the right place to say this, but I just want to say that the Conservation Commission did not listen to the neighbors because and the tree ordinance is not being followed, the Quincy tree ordinance. They cut down dozens of significant, what they call significant trees over 8 inches, 4 feet above the ground. And the Conservation Commission has asked that they plant arborvitae as a screen, which are not trees. Those are bushes. And all the neighbors want trees. We lost all our trees. And Maureen was the one that pushed it through. She's like, no, arborvitae, that'll be great. So complaint number 1. I mean, we don't want to see this thing. My family's been in that house for over 100 years, and we've looked at woods. So I know I need to go to the different department and talk about the tree ordinance not being complied with, but I just wanted to say that. In terms of being a foot too low, I don't care. I am concerned about flooding. I know they keep saying that there's going to be more flood storage, but my backyard's the lowest backyard. Everyone's backyards kind of drain into mine, and mine drains into those wetlands. And if this doesn't work, my backyard's going to be a pond. So I just have concerns about it. So I'm not saying it shouldn't happen at all, but I just have concerns that I hope are somehow met. You know. So.
Have you had the opportunity to speak to them directly?
No, I haven't had a chance to speak with you.
We talked in the field, actually.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That's
So,
right.
I mean, just to alleviate your concerns with regards to the flood, I mean, it's a physical volume thing.
Mm-hmm.
And from a standpoint of we're taking earth out and leaving it open. So if you have X amount of volume coming into this area, it's going to fill up those voids before it comes into your backyard. So we're increasing, you can actually measure physically. So from a flood perspective, it's a benefit.
Mm-hmm.
From a tree perspective, I can understand your point.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can talk to Mr. Sullivan and see if we
appreciate
can
that.
swap out some arborvitaes for some
Yeah.
deciduous trees.
I mean, it's not just me. I mean, I've talked to all my neighbors on Liberty. We all want trees to replace the trees.
Sure.
Because the trees have been cut down all the way to our property line because you have to dig out to put in the flood storage. So we didn't just lose the trees where the building is, we've lost our trees all the way to our property lines.
There was a limit of work established that was approved in the Conservation Commission, and the surveyor, Bill of Surveying, went out and staked that line prior to the clearing. So, you know, and from the engineer, so we haven't gone out there and as-built it or anything like that. So all I can tell you is that there's a surveyor of record that's on there that's measuring things out there.
But like the part that's dark green.
Guys, directly covered.
Sorry.
Okay. The part that's dark green, all those trees are gone too, behind the building.
Well, let me ask a proponent.
And which they didn't need to cut those down. I mean, it was just kind of heartbreaking. But that's good.
We could tell you what trees in there.
Sure.
You know, so is there some kind of understanding we can have? I mean, I agree that substituting trees for trees maybe isn't the greatest thing. I know you have a plan there.
No, I want to check out the size. So we've got the Chanticleer pears at 3 inch to 3.5 inch, which is a substantial tree. You know, to plant. And they do grow quick, believe it or not. And then we're proposing 14, what's that saying? God, my eyes up bad. And 2 to 4 inch of the green giant thuja, which is, I don't know what that is. You know, but it's one of those, you know, it's a conifer. You're right. But it's not a shrub. It's a fairly large tree. For it to be 2 to 4 inch, I mean, that's a substantial tree.
I think those are the arborvitaes that they're talking.
Yeah, there's and the occidentalis, those are the emerald green. They only have nine arborvitae.
Where are the arborvitae?
The arborvitae here. Yep, the EGVs. So there's 3 there, 3 there, and 3 there, and then the rest of these guys, those are the 14 big, like the green trees that stay year round,
Okay.
and they're staggered.
That's back.
They're staggered, and then the 3 of these guys are back here.
Those-
I mean, we can certainly
The ones up the
swap
back,
things out.
that's what.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're saying actual trees, that's actually between my house and
Yeah.
that
Yes.
building.
Yeah. Exactly. These are
So
the
that's good.
these are the arborvitae.
That's what you're looking for.
That is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So.
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
What do you think is still right?
You know, if you satisfy the neighbors, the drainage if the conditions of the drainage are, you know, satisfactory to the other neighbors, you're not gonna, obviously they're not gonna flood you out, they're gonna.
Can I ask one more question about that?
Sure.
No?
I'm sorry. Sure.
Okay.
One more.
In the plans for this, they show an overflow pipe
Yes, sir.
shooting out the back of the building.
Uh,
So that if the flood storage fills up,
How about this, guys? How about we discuss this after we're done?
Okay, fair enough.
We're gonna go in.
Brian,
I'm in favor.
Mr.
I'd like to see that. Well, the trees are a condition of the, they're already, the
Concord.
Concom required, so.
We're gonna depend the whole items that everything.
Yeah. Right.
I'm in favor. Sullivan's been in that neighborhood for a long time. It's relative, they're good neighbors. I'm sure you can come to some accommodation. I'm in favor.
Subject to the orders of the DPW.
One in favor of the motion?
Okay. Okay. Regarding case number 18-083, 94 Liberty Street LLC for a special permit / floodplain to construct a building 1 foot below floodplain elevation of the premises number 25 Columbia Street. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the requested special permit and also that the builder must comply with the DPW items raised in the letter.
Second? Second. I'm going to sing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? You have it. Thank you very much, guys. Talk about this.